Hey guys, Tay Kinney has closed a deal with Adidas. Is this a positive thing? Let's evaluate it. Subscribe to the channel to receive news from the cats. The other day I read a comment and it made me think about this issue of Kinney having closed a deal with Adidas. The guy said something like this in the comment: "Until when are they going to pay a truckload of money to kids in this NIL context? Let's evaluate it." Tay Kinney's deal with Adidas represents a significant milestone in the college and high school basketball scene, but it also raises questions that deserve to be discussed. After all, we are facing a new era driven by NIL, which has transformed the way teenage athletes interact with the sports market before they even step foot on a college court. Kinney, one of the top names in the 2026 class, now finds himself at the center of this whirlwind, being targeted by some of the biggest powers in college basketball, including Kentucky basketball. By announcing its NIL class of 8 high school talents, Adidas not only reinforced its commitment to the future of the sport, but also raised questions about the impact these deals have on the athletes' careers. It is undeniable that Kinney, like Caleb Holt, Anthony Thompson, and Kate Harpring, is being positioned as an icon on and off the court. However, to what extent are these million-dollar contracts beneficial to such young athletes? Could these deals influence their career decisions and, more importantly, compromise the competitive spirit that has always defined college recruiting? Kinney, a native of Newport, Kentucky, and currently a member of Overtime Elite, a program sponsored by Adidas itself, is already part of an ecosystem that prioritizes both athletic development and personal brand building. His entry into the Adidas family is not surprising, considering his previous connections with the brand and his performance on the Adidas 3SSB circuit. However, the fact that he is being courted by universities with different brands, such as Kentucky, Nike, and Louisville, Adidas, calls into question the traditional loyalty between athletes and college programs. This dynamic could change the recruiting landscape, making players' decisions less based on affinity or tradition, and more focused on financial interests and marketing strategies. On the other hand, it is impossible to ignore the benefits that these NIL agreements bring to athletes. For decades, young talents have been indirectly exploited while generating billions for sports brands, universities, and professional leagues. Now, with NIL agreements, they have the opportunity to monetize their market value early, ensuring greater financial security for themselves and their families. Some athletes are even choosing to delay entering the NBA, preferring to capitalize as much as possible during their college years before taking the next step in their careers. Is this phenomenon positive? Yes, if we evaluate it from the perspective of economic justice. But it also opens space for debate about the pressure these young people face to make mature decisions at such a young age. In the specific case of Tay Kinney, the partnership with Adidas can be seen as a clear sign of his potential to become a global basketball star. The brand's statement highlighting that these athletes are not only talents on the court, but also cultural leaders off it, reflects a growing trend of holistic appreciation for players. That in itself is an important step forward. But could this type of early exposure harm the development of these young people as athletes and people? The answer is not simple. For Kentucky basketball, under Mark Pope, the situation requires caution and strategy. Although the program is historically associated with Nike, the potential arrival of athletes like Kinney, who already have strong ties to other brands, may require a more flexible approach to recruiting. This does not necessarily mean giving up the team's identity, but rather adapting to the new realities of the sports market. Pope's success in attracting talent like Kinney will depend not only on the promise of victories and national exposure, but also on his ability to demonstrate that Kentucky can provide an environment conducive to the growth of these young people, both athletically and personally. Is Tay Kinney's deal with Adidas a positive thing? I want to hear your opinion at the end of this video. Adou Tiero's decision to remain in the 2025 NBA draft marks a new chapter in the former Kentucky Wildcats player's career, cementing his status as one of the promising stars to emerge under John Calipari. Although his journey in Lexington was interrupted by a brief stint at Arkansas, Thiero has proven throughout his career that he is more than capable of competing at the professional level, making his eventual move to the NBA not only understandable, but also highly justified. Thiero has always been seen as a player with potential to evolve. His 2 seasons at Kentucky were marked by continued growth, both in terms of performance and maturity. However, it was in his final season at Arkansas, under the eyes of Fayetteville, that he truly took his game to the next level. Averaging an impressive 15.1 points, 5.8 rebounds, 1.9 assists, and 1.6 steals per game, along with an exceptional 54.5% shooting from the field, Thiero has demonstrated that he has the tools to thrive in the NBA. His versatility as a player, capable of scoring, creating plays, and making an impact defensively, is exactly the type of attribute that attracts scouts and franchises around the league. Thiero's choice to forego his senior season and pursue a professional career now is a strategic one. With several high-profile prospects returning to college, such as Labaron Philon, Yaxel Yendenberg, and Tahad Pettiford, the draft landscape has become less crowded, increasing his chances of being selected in the first round. This is crucial, as being a first-round pick comes with significant benefits, including guaranteed contracts and increased visibility early in one's career. Additionally, the absence of these other talents creates an opportunity for Thiero to shine even more during the upcoming weeks of preparation, especially in individual and group workouts organized by NBA franchises. Thiero joins a long list of former Wildcats who have made the jump to professional basketball, many of whom have gone on to become first-round picks and eventually key players on their respective teams in the league. Thiero's impact goes beyond his statistics. He embodies the resilient and adaptable spirit that defines great players. After leaving Kentucky for Arkansas, he has shown an ability to reinvent himself and thrive in a new environment, something that will be essential in the NBA, where the pressure and expectations are even greater. His high school basketball experience, combined with his recent explosion at Arkansas, suggests he is ready to take on the challenges of the next level. Now, with just under 4 weeks until the draft, all eyes will be on Thiero as he looks to solidify his position as a top prospect in the 2025 class. His undeniable talent and consistent performance throughout last season put him in a prime position, but the work is not done yet. The upcoming workouts and interviews will be crucial as he demonstrates to teams that he not only has the technical skills, but also the mindset and work ethic necessary to thrive in the NBA. For Kentucky fans, Thiero's departure is a reminder that the program remains a dominant force in developing elite players. While his journey in Lexington was cut short, his legacy as a Wildcat remains intact. And for Thiero, this is an opportunity to fulfill a childhood dream and prove that he belongs on the biggest stage in basketball. The future looks bright for the young guard, and his transition to the NBA could very well be just the beginning of a promising career. I look forward to hearing your thoughts.